Hello. Let's now consider the work of Montessori and the idea of the absorbent mind. So this key theory relates to the notion that we should educate the senses before educating the intellect. The focus, therefore, is how we allow children to explore, what they can see, what they can smell and touch. That then leads into learning, because what you have developed is a sense of experience, or what's called cultural capital. This idea that they have some certain knowledge experience in practicing something, which they can then bring into their work to help with their understanding as well. So with that in mind, when we think about our learning at home, it shouldn't just take place in a room or at a table. Learning happens everywhere. So don't be afraid to allow your child or your children to go outside. Go and look at the ants or the bugs that are under various plant pots in your garden, or wherever it might be. Allow them to feel and see and experiment with different ideas and different things that they can play with, so they're able to absorb, to learn, to experiment, and make mistakes as well. Part of learning is making mistakes, and often we learn more from mistakes than we do from getting something right. So once again, think about what else we can learn. Don't be afraid to go into the garden and do something together. Build something, cook something in the house. This is all part of the process in allowing them to experiment with tastes, allowing them to experiment with different ideas, because that will obviously help them in terms of their understanding, according to Montessori, before we begin to also explore the idea of their intellect. And finally, as you've heard a few times, the conversations you have during or afterwards when they've explored and experimented will be really key. Because what you'll notice in particular with young children, they will know that experience of sensation, but don't quite have the language yet. And if we didn't have that conversation, we can't then develop their use of language to describe those experiences. So, experience and the conversation you have afterwards then leads to intellect. But it's very much a case of allowing them to explore. And remember, the classroom is everywhere. And it's not just a table in your dining room, or in your living room, or wherever it may be. Thank you.